Standing at the cross is a man who no one seems to notice. He's neither a disciple nor a Pharisee, but a Roman soldier who pierces the side of Jesus with a spear in just one moment. And most readers skip him altogether. When you slow down and examine what the Bible has to say about this soldier, you will see a remarkable coincidence, something written centuries ago before his birth. Most of us never ask ourselves this one question: what if the soldier wasn't just a random person, but somebody that was already in the Bible and placed there by a prophet who prophesied about him more than 700 years before the crucifixion? John 19:34 says it plainly. But one of the soldiers pierced his side with a spear, and immediately blood and water came out. It appears rather clinical, and then something unusual happens. John stops telling the story and quotes verbatim from Zechariah 12:10. They will look on him whom they have pierced. The majority of people miss this fact altogether. The date of the quote from Zechariah is 520 BC. This prophecy was not about the past, but was rather prophetic in future terms at the time, for it would be fulfilled by a certain person at a specified time through an act completed prior to their birth. The timing of this soldier was preordained by God. He was to act according to John 19:37. Yet we can see that God allowed this to happen as well. David wrote this Psalm 22 approximately 1,000 years prior to the crucifixion of Christ. When you read it carefully, you'll see that it's almost an account of what someone would see and hear if they were actually there. For example, "They have pierced my hands and my feet." And then you'll see many things in connection with the crucifixion: divided clothes, disjointed bones, mocked by people watching, etc. David wrote about these things long before crucifixion was ever implemented as a type of punishment by the Romans. Many people fail to see what really happened at the cross. They fail to see that the soldier holding the spear wasn't just there at the time of the crucifixion. He was part of God's prophetic plan. He had a part to play, and it had been prophesied before his great-great-great-grandfather had been born. Isaiah 53 also includes a prophecy about the sufferings of the Messiah. In Isaiah 53:5 it says the Messiah would be pierced for our transgressions, Hebrew word chalal. The English word chalal means to bore through, to hollow out, or to blaspheme. The descriptive nature of the word chalal creates vivid, graphic, rebellious imagery, and that prophecy was written 800 years prior to the time that soldier ever lifted up the spear to pierce the side of Jesus on the cross. How you view the crucifixion may be forever altered from what you've always believed to have happened on the cross, as you observe not a random or chaotic event of extreme sadness, but one that had been so perfectly planned and laid out that even a nameless Roman horrifically torturing Jesus with a spear would have been predestined to do it, fulfilling prophecy, or what was also written on scrolls, long before he ever arrived outside of that very moment. There is no record in the Bible of the Roman soldier's name, but most historians refer to him as Longinus. However, it is absolutely unnecessary for the Bible to even name him. The significance of this act of cruelty was that it was already foretold and documented in the Scriptures, and whether the soldier knows it or not, his act alone on that singular moment was a link to the prophecy only God would have known before his birth. But the question that everyone should consider is more than just who Longinus was. The most important consideration of all is, why did the Bible know Longinus was coming?